Nestled in the heart of Cairo, the Egyptian Museum, also known as the Museum of Egyptian Antiquities, is one of the world's greatest repositories of ancient history, home to over 120,000 artifacts. It offers an unparalleled journey through thousands of years of Egyptian civilization. From the earliest dynasties to the grandeur of the New Kingdom, the museum's neoclassical architecture hints at the treasures within, including the legendary Tutankhamun collection, monumental statues of pharaohs, sacred relics, intricate jewelry, and everyday objects that reveal the lives of ordinary Egyptians. More than a building, the Egyptian Museum is a gateway to the past, preserving the stories, artistry, and spiritual legacy of one of humanity's most remarkable civilizations. The city of Cairo awakens slowly beneath a soft, golden morning light. From high above, the sprawling urban landscape stretches in all directions, a mix of ancient streets and modern buildings, of stone and concrete, of history and life intertwined. The Nile glistens like liquid gold, reflecting the first rays of the sun as it winds its way through the city. Small boats drift along the river, their gentle ripples disturbing the mirrored surface, carrying fishermen and morning travelers alike. Minarets rise into the sky, slender and graceful, their silhouettes cut sharply against the warm glow of dawn. Ancient domes, relics of centuries past, catch the sunlight on their curved surfaces, casting soft, intricate shadows over the narrow streets below. The hum of life begins to grow louder, vendors preparing their shops, merchants arranging baskets of fruit, the distant sound of a bakery's ovens, and the occasional cry of a street musician playing a familiar tune. Amid this vibrant tapestry of modern life and ancient heritage stands the Egyptian Museum, a beacon of history perched near the heart of the city. Its neoclassical facade rises with quiet dignity, adorned with tall columns and elegant stonework, a promise of the treasures that lie within. The building itself feels alive, as though it breathes with the stories of millennia. Visitors and early morning staff pass through its grand doors, drawn by the allure of gold, stone, and the echo of Pharaoh's footsteps. Inside, the atmosphere is markedly different. The noise of the city fades into a hushed reverence. Time seems to slow. The air carries a subtle scent of old stone and polished wood, mingling with the faint trace of history itself. Every corridor, every archway, every display is a gateway to the past. Shadows dance gently across ancient walls, highlighting the carved hieroglyphs and monumental statues that have survived thousands of years. Outside, the city continues its awakening. Children run along the streets. The call to prayer echoes across rooftops, and the scent of freshly baked bread drifts through the morning air. Yet, within the museum, a sense of serenity and awe pervades. Here, one can imagine the great pharaohs walking among their treasures, priests tending sacred rituals, and artisans shaping objects with care that has lasted into the modern age. The golden sunlight pours over Cairo, brushing the museum's facade with warmth. The Egyptian Museum stands not only as a building, but as a living archive of human achievement. It is a place where the present meets the past, where every visitor can feel the pulse of a civilization that once ruled the world. Every artifact inside, whether a gleaming mask of a pharaoh, a delicate piece of jewelry, or a simple everyday object, tells a story. Each one is a bridge, connecting us across thousands of years to a people who walked the same lands, lived by the same Nile, and dreamed the same dreams. As dawn matures into morning, Cairo hums with energy, yet the museum remains a timeless sanctuary. Here, history is not frozen, it is alive. The walls whisper secrets, the corridors invite reflection, and the treasures within shine as they have for centuries, waiting for those who wish to listen. In this moment, standing at the threshold, one feels both the enormity of time and the intimacy of human life, a connection that is profound and unforgettable. The Egyptian Museum, officially known as the Museum of Egyptian Antiquities, has stood for over a century as a guardian of history. Founded in 1902, it was created to preserve, protect, and showcase the treasures of ancient Egypt, a civilization that has fascinated the world for thousands of years. Its creation was a monumental achievement, bringing together thousands of artifacts that had once been scattered across tombs, temples, and excavation sites along the Nile. Walking toward the museum, one cannot help but feel the weight of its legacy. The building itself tells a story not just of architecture, but of human dedication to history. Each stone, each column, and each carefully carved detail is a testament to the importance of the treasures housed within. Scholars, archaeologists, and historians from across the globe have passed through its doors, studying the artifacts, deciphering hieroglyphs, and piecing together the lives of pharaohs, priests, and ordinary citizens. Inside, the museum hums with quiet reverence. Generations of visitors have marveled at its collections, feeling the same awe that ancient Egyptians themselves might have felt when crafting these objects. Every gallery represents a chapter in Egypt's long and complex story, from the earliest pre-dynastic cultures to the grandeur of the New Kingdom and into the Ptolemaic and Roman eras. The museum's legacy is not only in its artifacts but in its role as a bridge between past and present. Here, the distant past is made tangible. Golden masks, Towering statues, intricately carved sarcophagi, and fragile papyrus scrolls speak across millennia. Each object invites reflection, study, and wonder. Scholars continue to uncover new insights from the museum's collection, proving that history is never truly complete. The museum has also played a critical role in protecting Egypt's heritage. In times of political change, social upheaval, and even conflict, its treasures have been preserved, carefully stored, and studied, ensuring that the knowledge and artistry of ancient Egypt remain intact. For over a century, it has served as a beacon of cultural pride and global fascination. Standing within its halls, one can sense a continuum of curiosity and discovery. Visitors are not simply observing objects, they are entering a conversation with the past. Each artifact, whether grand or modest, tells a story of human ingenuity, belief, and creativity. The museum's legacy is therefore twofold. It preserves the physical remnants of history and nurtures the human desire to understand it. As sunlight filters through the tall windows of the museum, illuminating ancient statues and the glint of golden treasures, one cannot help but feel that the museum itself is alive. It is a silent narrator, a storyteller, and a guardian of civilization. Every visitor who walks its halls becomes part of that legacy, continuing a journey that began thousands of years ago. Along the banks of the Nile, as visitors step through the grand entrance of the Egyptian Museum, they are immediately struck by the sense of scale and elegance that defines the building. The tall neoclassical columns rise gracefully, supporting an expansive ceiling that hints at the treasures within. The wide corridors stretch out in every direction, inviting exploration, and the polished floors reflect the light, creating a quiet shimmer that seems to echo the golden artifacts on display. The entrance hall itself is a prelude to the wonders of ancient Egypt. Massive statues of pharaohs, their faces carved with serene authority, stand like sentinels, welcoming those who seek to uncover the secrets of the past. Monumental stone sculptures, some taller than a person, depict gods and kings in poses of power and reverence. Each piece is meticulously placed to convey a story, to draw the visitor's gaze upward or along the length of a gallery, and to evoke a sense of awe before one even reaches the inner chambers. From this vantage point, it is possible to feel the breadth of the museum's collection. Display cases reveal intricate jewelry, delicate pottery, and small figurines that contrast with the imposing statues around them. The careful arrangement of artifacts guides the visitor's journey through thousands of years of history, offering both a chronological and thematic experience. One can sense the curator's careful attention to detail, ensuring that every object tells its story and contributes to a greater understanding of ancient Egyptian civilization. The atmosphere in the entrance hall is both grand and intimate. Visitors move slowly, taking in the scale of the building and the richness of the collections. Yet there is a quiet personal connection to the artifacts. Each statue, each sarcophagus, each relic becomes a point of reflection, a window into the lives of those who shaped the history of Egypt. The hall itself seems to breathe, carrying the whispers of countless visitors and scholars who have walked these floors over the past century. From the entrance hall, one can begin to imagine the journey that awaits deeper inside the museum. Galleries unfold like chapters in a book, revealing the lives of kings and commoners, priests and artisans, warriors and laborers. The grandeur of the architecture enhances the experience, creating a sense of reverence and anticipation. Every step into the museum's interior is a step back in time, a chance to connect with a civilization whose influence resonates through art, religion, and culture even today. The entrance hall is not merely a space of passage, but a threshold between the present and the past. It sets the tone for the entire visit, establishing an emotional connection that prepares the visitor to engage with the stories, treasures, and mysteries of ancient Egypt. Here, at the very beginning of the journey, one senses the museum's power to transport, to inspire, and to illuminate the enduring legacy of a civilization that has fascinated the world for millennia. The heart of the Egyptian Museum lies in its unparalleled collection of the treasures of the pharaohs, where the grandeur of ancient royalty comes alive with every glance. Among the most celebrated is the collection of Tutankhamun, the boy king whose tomb captured the imagination of the world. His golden funerary mask, with its flawless symmetry and haunting eyes, remains one of the most iconic symbols of ancient Egypt. The mask radiates a brilliance that transcends millennia, capturing the artistry, devotion, and spiritual beliefs of the new kingdom. Surrounding this centerpiece are the vast riches that accompanied the young king into the afterlife. Intricately decorated chariots, ceremonial robes adorned with gold and precious stones, ornate jewelry designed to honor the gods, and sacred objects meant to protect and guide him beyond death. Each piece tells a story not only of wealth and power, but also of the spiritual world in which pharaohs existed. Visitors cannot help but marvel at the meticulous craftsmanship, the balance of form and function, and the symbolic meaning woven into every detail. Beyond the museum houses statues and relics of other powerful pharaohs. Ramses II, known as Ramses the Great, stands in statues of commanding presence, his features carved with both majesty and authority. Monuments to queens, high priests, and warriors display the diversity and complexity of leadership in ancient Egypt. Sarcophagi, adorned with hieroglyphs and vivid imagery, illustrate beliefs in the afterlife, emphasizing the divine nature of kingship and the careful rituals surrounding death and rebirth. The treasures of the pharaohs are not confined to gold and stone alone. Wall reliefs, ceremonial artifacts, and personal items provide a glimpse into the daily life, politics, and religious practices of the elite. Weapons, furniture, and even intricately carved writing tools reflect a civilization of ingenuity and sophistication, where beauty and purpose were intertwined. The careful preservation of these artifacts allows visitors to witness the past with an intimacy that few other museums can offer. Walking through these galleries, one senses the weight of history and the grandeur of human ambition. Each object is more than a relic. It is a connection to a world of power, ritual, and creativity. The treasures of the pharaohs illustrate not only the wealth and authority of ancient Egypt, but also the profound cultural and spiritual achievements that continue to inspire and fascinate the world today. In every golden mask, every carved statue, every delicate piece of jewelry, the past lives on, inviting visitors to step closer, to imagine the lives behind these magnificent creations, and to feel the enduring legacy of one of humanity's greatest civilizations. While the grandeur of the pharaohs captures the imagination, the Egyptian Museum also reveals the intimate, everyday lives of ordinary Egyptians, offering a glimpse into a world that was both familiar and extraordinary. Pottery, tools, and household items tell stories of daily labor, trade, and domestic life along the Nile. Simple objects, bowls, baskets, and cooking utensils speak of routines that have endured across centuries, connecting us to the people who lived, worked, and dreamed in ancient times. Children's toys, miniature figurines, and ancient board games bring a human touch to the past, reminding visitors that laughter, play, and curiosity were as much a part of life then as they are today. Textiles, clothing, fragments, and personal adornments illustrate not only practical craftsmanship but also aesthetic sensibilities and social identity. Even mundane tools, from farming implements to weaving equipment, reveal the ingenuity and skill that sustain daily life along the Nile. The museum's displays of workshops and artisan tools provide insight into the creative and practical pursuits of ancient Egyptians. Sculptors, potters, weavers, and metalworkers shaped materials with extraordinary precision, blending utility with beauty. Their labor produced not only functional items but also objects that were symbolic, ceremonial, and artistic, reflecting the integration of work, religion, and art in Egyptian culture. Food, trade, and agriculture also played a central role in daily life. Clay models of granaries, livestock, and boats reveal the organization of society and the vital connection between the people and the river that sustained them. Markets and trading systems thrived, and evidence of long-distance exchange shows that Egyptians were connected to distant lands, sharing goods, ideas, and artistic influences. In exploring these galleries, visitors gain a holistic understanding of ancient Egyptian society. Life was not only about pharaohs and monumental temples but also about family, community, work, and celebration. Each artifact tells a story of human experience, demonstrating that the creativity, resourcefulness, and values of ordinary Egyptians were essential to the civilization's enduring legacy. The museum captures this richness, offering a bridge between the lives of people long ago and our own, revealing the humanity that underlies every artifact and reminding us that history is as much about daily moments as it is about grand achievements. Religion was the heartbeat of ancient Egyptian life, and the Egyptian Museum preserves this sacred world in stunning detail. Statues of gods and goddesses stand with serene authority, each carefully carved to convey power, wisdom, and protection. From the fearsome lion-headed Sekhmet to the graceful Isis cradling her son Horus, every figure embodies beliefs that shaped politics, art, and daily life for thousands of years. Temples, rituals, and funerary practices were all guided by these deities, and the museum allows visitors to witness the devotion and reverence that permeated every aspect of Egyptian society. Sacred stelae, adorned with intricate hieroglyphs and symbolic imagery, tell stories of prayers, offerings, and divine encounters. Ritual objects, from ceremonial vessels to amulets, reflect a culture deeply invested in the balance between life and death, the mortal and the eternal. Visitors can trace the evolution of religious practices, from the earliest pre-dynastic ceremonies to the elaborate rituals of the New Kingdom, understanding how faith influenced art, architecture, and social organization. The museum's funerary collections are particularly evocative. Sarcophagi, coffins, and canopic jars reveal the Egyptians' complex beliefs about the afterlife, illustrating how the soul was guided, protected, and transformed beyond death. The famous Book of the Dead, with its vivid illustrations and spells, offers insight into the spiritual journeys that Egyptians envisioned, connecting them to God's nature and the eternal cycle of life. Religious symbolism was not confined to the elite. Amulets, charms, and small statues were carried by common people for protection, health, and luck, reflecting a society in which faith was woven into the fabric of everyday life. Even mundane objects often bore inscriptions or symbols, demonstrating that devotion and spirituality permeated all aspects of existence. Walking through these galleries, visitors gain a profound understanding of how religion shaped the Egyptian worldview. Every artifact, whether monumental or modest, is a testament to the human desire to connect with something greater, to seek guidance, protection, and meaning. The Egyptian Museum captures the depth and complexity of this spiritual heritage, allowing modern audiences to experience the sacred world that inspired one of history's most remarkable civilizations. The Egyptian Museum is a testament to the extraordinary artistry of a civilization that revered both beauty and meaning. Walls adorned with painted reliefs, statues carved from stone, and delicate figurines showcase the skill and creativity of ancient craftsmen. Every piece is imbued with symbolism, capturing stories of gods, pharaohs, daily life, and the eternal journey of the soul. The intricate designs and precise execution reveal a culture where art was not merely decorative, but an essential means of communication and spiritual expression. Hieroglyphs, the iconic written language of ancient Egypt, cover walls, stelae, and coffins, telling tales that span millennia. Each symbol, meticulously carved or painted, conveys layers of meaning, from the mundane to the divine. Visitors can trace the narratives of kings and queens, battles and festivals, agricultural life and religious ceremonies, all captured in these elegant, pictorial forms. The combination of image and word creates a visual language that transcends time, inviting viewers to decode the stories and imagine the lives of those who created them. Sculpture is another highlight. From colossal statues of gods and rulers to small, intimate carvings, the faces of pharaohs convey both authority and idealized beauty, while the depiction of ordinary people reflects daily experiences with remarkable realism. Jewelry, amulets, and finely crafted tools demonstrate a mastery of materials and techniques, blending function with aesthetic sophistication. Even the smallest artifacts are imbued with artistry, illustrating a civilization that saw creativity as intertwined with every aspect of life. The museum's galleries of art and hieroglyphs are more than displays. They are a dialogue between past and present. Visitors can sense the intention behind each stroke, each carving, each design, appreciating the meticulous care and cultural significance embedded in every piece. Through these works, ancient Egyptians communicate their beliefs, aspirations, and achievements, allowing modern audiences to experience the world as they saw it. Every relief, statue, and inscription is a portal to the past, a glimpse into a society where art and writing were inseparable from religion, politics, and daily life. The Egyptian Museum preserves this legacy with unparalleled depths, offering a journey through time where the creativity, imagination, and intellect of a remarkable civilization, and continue to inspire and captivate the world. The Egyptian Museum is not only a repository of ancient treasures but also an architectural masterpiece in its own right. Its neoclassical design, with elegant columns, grand staircases, and expansive halls, conveys a sense of dignity and permanence that complements the artifacts it houses. The building's symmetry, scale, and attention to detail create an atmosphere of reverence, allowing visitors to feel both awe and intimacy as they move through its spaces. Each room is thoughtfully proportioned, designed to highlight the significance of the collections while maintaining a sense of harmony and flow. Inside, the curatorial approach enhances the visitor's journey through time. Galleries are arranged chronologically and thematically, guiding exploration while allowing for personal discovery. Artifacts are displayed with careful consideration of lighting, placement, and context, ensuring that each piece communicates its story clearly. The contrast between massive statues and delicate jewelry, monumental sarcophagi and fragile papyri, emphasizes the breadth and diversity of ancient Egyptian culture. The museum's interior design encourages contemplation and reflection. Wide corridors and high ceilings create a sense of openness, while display cases are strategically placed to draw attention to both individual masterpieces and the larger narrative of Egyptian civilization. Visitors can wander at their own pace, yet the arrangement subtly guides them to understand connections between objects, periods, and cultural developments. Beyond aesthetics, the museum's architecture serves a functional purpose, providing protection and conservation for priceless artifacts. Temperature-controlled rooms, secure display cases, and careful handling ensure that these treasures endure for future generations. The building itself becomes a silent partner in preserving history, a guardian that enables humanity to witness the past in remarkable clarity. The combination of architectural elegance and curatorial expertise transforms a visit into more than observation. It becomes an immersive experience. Walking through the halls, one senses the dialogue between the building and its contents, between space and artifact, between past and present. The Egyptian Museum exemplifies how thoughtful design and careful stewardship can elevate the presentation of history, making it both accessible and profoundly moving for all who enter its doors. The Egyptian Museum plays a crucial role not only in showcasing the treasures of the past but also in preserving them for generations to come. Within its walls, dedicated teams of conservators, archaeologists, and historians work tirelessly to maintain the integrity of artifacts that are thousands of years old. Every object, from fragile papyrus scrolls to gilded funerary masks, is carefully studied, restored, and protected, ensuring that the stories of ancient Egypt remain intact and accessible for future visitors. Preservation extends beyond physical care. The museum has long been a center for research and scholarship, attracting experts from around the world. Archaeologists examine tomb artifacts, historians decode hieroglyphs, and scientists analyze materials, all contributing to a deeper understanding of ancient Egyptian culture, technology, and society. In doing so, the museum has established itself as a global authority on Egyptology, shaping knowledge and inspiring generations of learners, educators, and travelers. The influence of the Egyptian Museum reaches far beyond Cairo. Its artifacts have informed exhibitions around the globe, fostering appreciation for Egyptian civilization and sparking curiosity about the Nile, its people, and their extraordinary achievements. Scholars and students rely on the museum's collections to uncover new insights into art, religion, politics, and daily life, while the general public experiences the majesty of ancient Egypt in ways that transcend time and geography. Even in times of political change or social upheaval, the museum has remained a steadfast guardian of heritage. Its careful stewardship has safeguarded priceless treasures against potential loss, damage, or decay. Each artifact preserved within its halls is a testament to human ingenuity, resilience, and reverence for the past. Visiting the Egyptian Museum is more than an encounter with history. It is an encounter with a living institution that connects people across continents and centuries. The museum embodies the global significance of Egypt's cultural heritage, reminding the world that these artifacts are not only treasures of one nation but treasures of all humanity. Through its dedication to preservation, research, and education, the Egyptian Museum continues to shape our understanding of civilization, inspiring awe, respect, and curiosity that will endure for generations to come. As the sun begins its descent over Cairo, casting warm, golden light across the city, the Egyptian Museum stands as a timeless sentinel of history. Its neoclassical facade glows softly in the evening, a quiet witness to the centuries that have passed along the Nile. Inside, the halls remain filled with the treasures of a civilization that continues to captivate the world. Each artifact a reminder of human ingenuity, creativity, and spiritual depth. Visitors wandering through the galleries cannot help but feel a profound connection to the past. Golden masks, towering statues, and delicate papyri speak across millennia, inviting reflection on the lives, beliefs, and achievements of those who shaped one of history's greatest civilizations. The museum embodies both grandeur and intimacy, offering glimpses of monumental events and personal stories alike. Beyond the artifacts, the Egyptian Museum itself represents the enduring legacy of human curiosity and preservation. Its architecture, curatorial design, and conservation efforts create an environment where history is both protected and celebrated. Scholars, students, and tourists alike leave with more than memories of objects. They carry insights into a world that shaped modern understanding of art, science, and society. As evening settles over Cairo and the last rays of sunlight fade from the Nile, the museum becomes a bridge between eras. It links the present with a past that continues to influence, inspire, and inform. Every visitor who passes through its doors becomes part of this living continuum, participating in the ongoing story of discovery and appreciation for Egypt's cultural heritage. The Egyptian Museum is more than a building or a collection. It is a testament to the enduring spirit of civilization. It preserves the dreams, beliefs, and achievements of a people who thrived along the Nile thousands of years ago, ensuring that their legacy remains vibrant and accessible today. Standing in its presence, one feels the sweep of time and the weight of history, yet also the timeless human desire to understand, to honor, and to celebrate the remarkable journey of humankind. The museum is a reminder that while civilizations rise and fall, the stories they leave behind can endure forever, inspiring awe and wonder in all who seek to know them.